obviously lots of milk to drink, right? Calcium.
Well, actually, milk, kids don't need milk, honestly. After the age of 2, people don't really need milk. Milk is actually for babies. If you think about it, even cows take their babies off milk after they're babies. So there's really no reason why we would need the milk of a cow when an adult cow would never drink milk. They'd never give their child milk. And also dairy foods such as milk, cheese, ice cream, they're the biggest source of saturated fats in our diet. So that's not a really good thing. And also if people are filling up on that a lot, like if they're having a lot of cheese, for instance, then they're not going to be as hungry to eat the foods that prevent disease, the foods that have vitamins, fiber, like your fruits, vegetables, beans, and grains. So it's really better not to have dairy after, especially after the age of 2. And even if your kids like milk, I would recommend they drink a non-dairy milk, like almond milk or soy milk. And if they're not used to it, again, it's what you get used to. So if they're not used to it, you could mix it part and part, like maybe mix a little bit of almond milk with the other milk and just gradually change it over. Then they get used to it over time. That generally works. And as far as keeping the bones healthy, the healthiest thing is to stay active. That's the number one thing. And also to eat healthy, like a lot of beans and vegetables. That will give you plenty of calcium for that. But while we're talking about things to drink, a lot of people think that juice is healthy, and juice is also not healthy. So if your children are going to have sugary drinks, it is better to have 100% juice like apple or orange juice, but you don't want them to have too much of it, not more than a few ounces a day at the most. And that's because the sugar in juice is basically processed the same in your body as the sugar in soda, and also every cup of juice has almost as much sugar as a cup of soda. Oh. Yeah, I know, you didn't know that, huh?
No idea.
And so we're really meant to drink water. It's better to drink water and eat fruit. That's how we're meant to, because in the fruit, the sugar is bound with the fiber, so that's processed better in your body. So, and another thing is I don't recommend artificially flavored or artificial sweeteners in those, in the drinks.
How much should kids drink each day?
Well, kids should drink. I mean, water is healthy. It's healthy to stay hydrated. And so some people will say, okay, they should have these several glasses of water. Other people will say, some studies just show, if kids just drink when they're thirsty, they're fine. But some kids end up still not drinking quite enough. A good rule of thumb is you want their urine to be light and not a dark urine, but you're not checking their urine all the time. So you want to try to get them to drink through the day. But kids in the end are going to kind of only drink as much. You can encourage them. You can give them a certain amount. You can say, okay, you need to drink this much of a amount of water before you come home from school. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
This has been fantastic. I really appreciate it. It's good advice for nutrition for parents, and it's such a great foundation for anybody to really get started with a healthy lifestyle. Next time, we're going to talk about exercise and getting kids active, so I'm looking forward to that too.
It's good for the whole family to sort of get outside and encourage your kids to get outside. Just turn off those things.